Hey lovelies, what's up? It's your girl Nicky with Nicky Savory Veganies, and thanks so much for tuning in to another episode. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get right to it. First and foremost, I wanna go ahead and say, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as that notifications button. Anytime I drop a new video, you guys will get notified. So if you already are subscribed to me, but you're like, Nicky, I am not getting notified when your videos are dropping, check to see if you've actually clicked that notifications button so that you can get those videos and not miss out. All right. If you're returning subscribers, thank you so much, you guys. Welcome back. All right. So check this out. I actually just made 2 years on YouTube this past week, you guys. Yay! And I could not have done that without you guys, without your help. So I want to say thank you so much for tuning in, sharing, liking, commenting, and so forth. Keep the engagement up, guys. Keep the watch hours going up. I appreciate you so much. All right. So without further ado, let me tell you guys what I'm about to actually make for you real quick. I'm going to make none other than some delicious pan-crusted chickpea patties. Did y'all get the little suspense there? I'm going to make some pan-crusted chickpea patties, all right? This should be really quick and easy. It's not hard to make at all. I actually make them quite often for some of my customers who actually meal prep, from me and so forth. So I'm going to make those with putting a vegan Chipotle or Aioli Chipotle sauce on there as well. And then I'm going to actually put it over a bed of salad kit that's already pre-made that you can get from the store, including with some ginger and garlic sauce. That's it. So I'm going to make this real quick because I actually have a little schedule of episodes. And so if you've been following me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, whichever preference you like, I have actually been telling you guys that I'm going to be making some breakfast as well as some savory foods for the fall and winter. So you got to hang tight. But I first got to get out and crank out a couple more episodes. So stay tuned, you guys. I'll see you at the end of the taste test. All right, lovelies, this is exactly, wait a minute. Can y'all see me? Can y'all see, y'all can't really see the food processor that much, right? And then with the food, this is what I'm gonna do, all right? I'm just gonna go ahead and take this off right here, put this to the side. When I'm ready to go ahead and blend out, and I can do that, I want y'all to see exactly what I'm gonna put inside of my food processor container to build up my chickpeas. So I'm gonna start with me some chickpeas. 1 can of chickpeas. You can use 2 cans if you like. I'm just gonna do a couple of patties, but what I wanted to point out in reference to chickpeas, did you know, it's time for that, did you know? Nicky Savory Vegan Eats fun fact. Did you know that chickpeas not only cost about between 69 to 89 cents a can, they are cost effective. Given that inflation is taking place in today's economy, you guys, these are one of many ways that you can actually cut back on costs when it pertains to buying groceries. Chickpeas are inexpensive. They go a long way, okay? Not only that, they are packed with nutrients, okay? This can actually has, 6 grams of proteins, but they have other nutrients in here. They're full of food, okay? And then also in reference to chickpeas, you can actually use them for chickpea patties, chickpea burgers. You can make curry chickpeas. It's really versatile. You can make hummus, of course. If you revert to season 1, you'll see that I actually made some hummus. Chickpeas actually helps me manage my weight. Okay, I get my protein. I don't get any headaches whatsoever. So I'm going to use 1 can of chickpeas. Okay, and then one thing I want to point out in reference to the chickpeas is that little thin layer of film that's on the top, sits on the top of the chickpeas, that's what they call aquafaba. And the aquafaba actually can be used as a binder. So if you want to be able to, instead of using just egg, you can use it as a binder to bind out for your desserts. I did that for my Juneteenth episode with my dessert, or you can simply just use it to be able to formulate your patties. I'm going to use panko crumbs today, but I just want to let you know that aquafaba goes a long way, and I haven't done it so far myself, but I was told that aquafaba, actually you can use it as a egg replacement as well. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the juice inside of my food processor along with my chickpeas because I want my chickpeas to be nice and moist and not dry. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add some other things, so stay tuned, you guys. In addition, I'm adding 1 tablespoon of fresh cilantro, sliced scallions, chili powder, ground cumin, ground mustard, 1 tablespoon of Delicioso vegan bacon seasoning. Yes, I said vegan. Half a tablespoon of black pepper, small blend of rice pilaf, and a 1/3 diced red onion. Now, one of the last ingredients I'm going to actually add to my chickpea combination is I'm going to actually add a red onion, you guys. The reason I'm showing you this red onion is because I actually learned something new, and you guys probably already knew this, but I did, and I want to share for those that did not know. So, you know, when you're cutting onions, you know, you start crying and everything like that. I'm actually going to just cut like, let's say about a third of the onion, okay? So usually when you're cutting it, you do what? You cry, you tear up, right? And so don't nobody have time for all of that right now. So I read somewhere, let me put this over here. Okay. So I read somewhere, if you stick out your tongue as you are actually cutting the onion, the fumes, you know, that comes out of the onion, I forgot like the chemical, like formal names, but the fumes that's coming out of the onion, actually you stick your tongue out like that, it actually takes on the moisture from your tongue versus going to your eyes. So I'm gonna actually show you guys. All right, so here we go, you guys, all right? I'm gonna stick out my tongue. And you let me know if you see any tears producing. I got a lot of saliva today. Y'all, I seriously thought I was gonna tear up and cry, but let's see what happens. No tears. It worked. Now, believe it or not, I only post my chickpea blend for about 30 seconds to 60 seconds tops, but depending on the type of food processor that you have, you may have to post a little bit longer or shorter. But just be sure your blend is not mushy and it looks like this instead. Alright, lovely, so now I'm going to go ahead and build out my chickpea patties, but I'm only going to make 2 because I only have 1 more sheet of parchment paper left, so I don't have enough to actually make them. And what I was going to do is put the patties in the freezer for about 20 minutes so that they can actually kind of, you know, form its shape before I actually put them inside the skillet. So I'm just going to actually make 2, but you guys will get my drift. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just take my chickpea patty mixture, and I'm just simply taking a scoopful, and this is coming straight from the food processor, so you guys can see this. All right, and then since I'm actually gonna just make 2, I'm gonna put it right here, so make sure you guys can see that. All right, and you can see how it binded already, like with the rice and everything. Looks good. Okay, this is 1 right here. Ooh, looks so colorful, and I like the flavor, you guys. It's not overly seasoned. You gotta keep in mind when you are cooking, anytime you're cooking with seasoning anyway, it's better to lightly season it if you can, because the next day all the seasons are going to set in. So I like to be able to just keep that in mind. But I love how my chickpea patty has turned out. You guys are so colorful and very fragrant, from the red onions to the green scallions, and then just the smoked paprika. I didn't even have to put any salt on it. But hopefully you guys can see this. And then I'm just going to make 1 more. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll put the rest of the mixture in the refrigerator. Until I can actually go back to the store and get some more parchment paper, which I'm probably going to do later on. So I'm just going to get just a little bit more to build out this second patty. Okay, I think this should be enough. Yeah, that's enough. All right, so now we got the second one here. I'm simply just building it out. And you can use any kind of rice. Basically, I had some leftover rice pilaf. You can use brown rice, you guys, quinoa, anything to kind of bind it out and blend it. And you're only posting in the food processor just for a few minutes, because you don't want your chickpea patties to turn out mushy. These are so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. All right, y'all. This is what I got. Okay, let me see if you can see it. Yeah, so pretty, right? Okay, so stay tuned. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually gonna sprinkle a little bit more of smoked paprika on top in the bottom, and then put it in the freezer for 20 minutes, take it out, then I'm gonna go ahead and pan fry it. And then in the meantime, I'll go ahead and make out my vegan aioli sauce, so stay tuned. All right, so my chickpeas are almost ready for me to take them out the freezer and to put them inside of my skillet. One thing I forgot to tell you guys is that I actually had put some breadcrumbs on my chickpea patties. I forgot to do it when I was recording with you guys. So I just simply use Kikkoman panko breadcrumbs. This is what I use, and I just simply sprinkle it on both sides and then sprinkle that little smoked paprika that I had made mention of and then put it in the freezer. So you'll see the breadcrumbs when I put it in the skillet. So now I'm gonna make my vegan Chipotle aioli sauce. And so, aioli is, pretty popular. You'll get it at restaurants and things of that nature. For those of you who don't know what aioli really is just like some form of a cold, base sauce. You can use like mayonnaise. I'm using my vegan mayonnaise, my soy-free from Follow Your Heart. And then it simply consists of like garlic, okay? And sometimes like with Chipotle in it. So that's all I'm simply making. It's based out of like the Mediterranean or some parts of Europe like France. So I'm simply gonna just make and build out my vegan aioli sauce for my chickpea patties just to give it a little extra flavor. So I'm gonna take like 1 clove of garlic right here and I'm just simply gonna just cut this up like so. You can actually put in your mayo first inside the bowl, but I wanted to just cut up the garlic because the garlic has been it's been in my hand while I was waiting to record with you guys, and so my hand is smelling like garlic, which it's okay. I'm gonna wash it off. So I'm just gonna simply do this real quick. And you can actually simply dice it as well, but I was already working like with my kitchen scissors. So however you want to do it, you can just simply take 1 clove of garlic, fresh garlic preferably, and just put it and add it into a bowl for your aioli sauce. Okay, so we have our fresh garlic right here. I'm gonna just take a little bit of vegan mayo next because it's just 2 chickpea patties and I'm gonna make the rest of them, as I made mention, a little bit later. So yeah, I'm gonna make the rest a little bit later. So I'm just gonna put a little bit aioli sauce, and I think that's just enough. Yeah, maybe about a couple of tablespoons there. Then I'm going to simply add in about half a tablespoon of some ground cumin right here. So you guys can see that. Yeah, cumin goes a long way. Okay, so I put like a half a tablespoon of cumin, and then I'm going to take a little bit of lime juice. So I'm gonna literally just put in like a half a teaspoon. Just wanna, when you taste the aioli sauce, you wanna be like, is that a little lime that I taste? So I'm gonna just put a little bit, sprinkles of lime in there. That's it. And last but not least, I wanted to make sure that you guys saw this. I'm gonna actually use, I got a little lime juice on my hand, or my forearm. I'm gonna use my La Costina. I love this stuff. You guys have probably seen this in a lot of my episodes. So I'm gonna use my La Costina Chipotle sauce. Okay, so it's built around adobo peppers, and so this is gonna give that color for the Chipotle, the aioli sauce. So you notice how I'm just gonna pour a little bit in there, just a little bit. It's a little bit messy, but it's all good. Okay, and that's about it. All right, so now I'm gonna simply just mix this out, see what we're working with. As you can see, the color is changing. Let me make sure you guys see this. And if it's too runny, then that means you just need to add a little bit more of mayo to your aioli. It smells really good, you guys. Can you see that? Yeah, it smells really, really good. We're gonna find out how it tastes in a minute. Okay, and kind of actually looks like remoulade sauce, actually, if you ask me. So this is my vegan Chipotle aioli sauce. All right, so see the color? So now I'm just gonna simply taste it and see what we're working with here. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Oh my gosh, that is perfect, for real, for real. And I can lick this on the spoon because I'm the only one eating this right now. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take out my chickpea patties from the freezer, and now we're about to go ahead and put them in the pan, you guys. All right, stay tuned. All right, lovely peoples. So I'm looking a little bit different right now because this is part 2 of me making my chickpea patties. So what had happened was yesterday when I actually made the chickpea patties, right, and I put them in the freezer after I put my panko breadcrumbs on them. And I had never used that method before, but I was going to a comedy show with my husband, so I was like, let me put them in the freezer, let them formulate for about 20 minutes, and then just put them in the deep fryer. that didn't work. They fell apart. They crumble. The way that I've made them before is the way I'm showing you now, and I put them in the oven. So I guess the universe is trying to tell me, don't be frying no chickpea patties, Nikki, okay? So these, as you can see, these are frozen. These are my chickpea patties that I made yesterday, you guys. So they're nice and solid, okay? And I breaded them with some panko bread crust as well, but they may crack a little bit, but hopefully they won't fall apart, so that you guys can kind of just see the whole concept of how I put them together. So you can see the seasonings all up in there, you guys, and they smell good. Okay, so I have my oven preheated right now, and I'm gonna pop them in the oven. I'll probably put them in the oven for about 30 minutes just to go ahead and just fill them out. So I'm gonna actually spray some non-stick vegetable or canola oil spray onto the aluminum foil. I may use this parchment paper as well, and then I'll just spray them on both sides and just test them out. So we'll see what happens, you guys. So stay tuned. All right, beautiful people. So what I did is I sprinkled a little bit of smoked paprika on top of my chickpea patties. I took them out of the oven. So I'm going to show you what they look like, and then I'm going to put them back in the oven for a couple more minutes, and then they'll be finished, and then I'll bring everything together. So hold on. All right, lovelies, and here we are for the taste test. I'm gonna go ahead and get right to it. Here are my chickpea patties that I actually wound up baking versus deep frying. I think it came out a lot better. Can you guys see that? Oh my gosh, they stayed together, did they not? Yes, they look amazing, beautiful colors with the red onions, fresh herbs. And then there's my bed of salad from the salad kit I made mention of earlier with a ginger garlic sauce. I will put the name of that salad kit in the description box for you all. But this recipe is going to be within the video. There's my homemade Chipotle Aioli sauce as well, sprinkled with some fresh or some dried parsley. All right, let me go ahead and get in, you guys. I'm gonna take a couple of bites for you. Let me see if you can see. Here we go. Make sure this doesn't fall. All right. Now I may actually start breaking apart, but at least I got it to formulate. And again, these chickpea patties, you can actually use these to be able to make like a chickpea patty burger, if you like, if you will. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some of that with that aioli sauce right there. Oh, y'all see that? That looks so good. All right. It's so good. Wow. You know what? It kept this crunch from the panko breadcrumbs too. It's so delicious, you guys. Oh, wow. Delicious flavor. Very light. You see that? Yeah, very light, you guys. Oh my gosh, so good. Wow. So good. Get a few of these veggies too for my salad. Yes. Oh yeah. So you can basically put these together as far as a burger, if you just want patties by themselves with a salad, rice, but I had already binded my patties with some rice. They're light. If I make some extra ones, if you make them extra, you can actually put them in the freezer. That's what I do. And I have actually sold these to my customers too. It's so good. Okay. That's all I have for you guys. Nicky's Savory baked chickpea patties. Not fried. They didn't work out. But these are delicious. Y'all can see. Right there, as you can see. All right. So this concludes my episode for the chickpea patties. Stay tuned, as I'm going to be preparing a breakfast dish in my next episode. Like I said earlier, I have a few videos that I'm trying to crank out before I dive into full fall and winter episodes, you guys. Until then, I should talk to you lovely people in the next episode of Nicky Savory Vegan Eats. Thank you so much for watching. You be blessed, stay safe, and be vigilant out there. Talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.